Hi, my name is Devin, and I'm here to tell you the plot of the movie Crash.
From what I recall, the one that I saw was about, it was either karmic justice or the universal and arbitrary nature of all suffering.
Okay, so Crash I actually kind of remember. What's most memorable for me was it had Ludacris in it, and I'm from Atlanta, so
Ludacris opens by talking about how racist everyone in Westwood is. They're like looking at all these UCLA people and they're like, oh, look, that person's racist, that person's racist, Sandra Bullock is racist. And then finally his partner in crime is like, yeah, but we're gonna carjack her. And he's like, you're damn right we are. Ha ha, ironic.
I saw it late when it had gotten overhyped and everyone loved it and I hated it. All I remember is something about the tagline being like, we crash into each other so we can feel something.
I feel like there was a tagline about like, we come close to each other's lives, but the only times we actually ever meet is when we crash into each other.
The crash is just a metaphor for how we all crash into each other in this crazy world we're in.
My big takeaway from Crash was that it's a story about how LA is an awful place to live.
Ludacris I remember was being racially profiled at the beginning. Him and another black friend, Sandra Bullock and Brendan Fraser, were walking down the street, and he put his arm around her in a loving embrace. And Ludacris and his friend were like, oh shit, that's racist. He's trying to protect her because we're black?
Ryan Phillippe, who's kind of like a minor character, encounters Ludacris's partner in crime from early in the film, the guy who also carjacked the car from Brandon Fraser. And while in the car, they're sort of having a conversation and it's kind of increasingly tense. And then at some point, I don't know what, he like picks him up like a hitchhiker, I think. I don't know. The partner in crime like kind of goes for something in his pocket, and then Ryan Phillippe takes out a gun and shoots.
So the two of them are pulled over, and the police officer frisks both of them. And when he frisks the woman, he very clearly and deliberately sexually violates her, and does so there's very visible to the husband.
Like, I think he ends up like assaulting her or like touching her inappropriately, and so like you're supposed to think he's a villain, but then he goes and saves someone's life later on, and maybe he has like a dying father, and that's, I guess, supposed to redeem him.
But I think it was just about racism. That's all I remember. And like, it was in Los Angeles and it was about car accidents. That's literally all I remember.
I remember when it won the Oscar for Best Picture, everyone was like, are you fucking kidding me?
It's not the film itself that's problematic. It was like a feeling that I was worried people would walk away with. Like there'd be some suburban mom who would leave that film and be like, see, everyone's racist, but we also do great things, so like it's fine.
Which I don't think is how it works. I think if you like assault or molest someone on duty, it doesn't matter if you then do something good. Like, you probably shouldn't be a cop.